Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Health Babes podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Becky Campbell with Dr. Crystal Hone. Today we have Jeff Bertone on from Morningside Naturals. So Dr. Crystal and I found out about this product called Wood Root Tonic. We found out about this, I don't know, about 2 months ago, maybe. And we've been drinking this every day and we really, really love this. So we really wanted to have you on because we wanted to know, like, where did this whole idea come from? There's so many good ingredients in this. So can you just kind of tell us, your story and how you guys got started with this?
Yeah. It's a good story. First of all, thank you for having me on. I really
Of
appreciate
course.
your time and love listening to you as well.
Thanks.
So thank you. Yeah, honestly, it had nothing to do with me. Jennifer, the love of my life and the better half, she's a martial artist, and she holds 7 black belts, so
Oh
she's
my
really tough.
goodness. Yeah.
So well, we've been drinking this for over 25 years, and 30 years ago, when she was training for her first black belt, just north of where we live now, she was walked into her dojo, and in the back of the dojo, all these senseis are gathering, and they've got this bottle in their hand, and they're doing some type of shot of something, right? So she dips her head in it, and they say, come on, Miss Underwood," and she does a shot. Now, she had activity-induced asthma, and the training for her first karate belt was really rough. So within 2 months, asthma just disappeared. And the only thing
Wow.
she changed was she started drinking Woodroot Tonic. And she knew right away that she was going to drink this for the rest of her life. So I had met her about 5 years later, and the same thing happened. We woke up in the morning, she, pulled this bottle out of the refrigerator, and she goes, come here, I want you to try something. I was like, sure, I'll try it. It had this cool label on it. It was very funky looking. I did a shot, and right away I felt this cayenne pepper just like boom, hit me.
Yeah.
When you drink something, like right away, that it's good for you, or
Yeah.
especially if you're living in a holistic lifestyle, this is too good. And so I said, this is incredible. And I started to notice things like my digestion was better. I wasn't getting sick. My energy levels just jumped up a little bit. I just, we're really onto something here. This is great. So we have to offer to all of our family and friends. So we have to introduce this. It just so happened that the gentleman making the product had his little plant right here in the South Bronx of New York. And we ended up reaching out to him. We said, listen, mind if we come down and start to develop a relationship and learn more about the product? And he says, yeah, no problem at all. So all of a sudden, I've got my brother's ordering stuff. We're taking our orders, right? we got our orders. So we'd go down there once a month, and we'd load up the truck and, take it back. And everybody's sitting there like dogs waiting for their little stash to be delivered. But in the process, we start to what is it about this product that we love so much? What is in this? Now, the original formulation was from Jamaica. And so that's their view of taking care of their bodies was truly holistic, right? It was organic, it was from the ground, it was from learning how to really take care of their bodies because they didn't have access to good health care. So we learned about the cayenne, the ginger, the cinnamon, the cloves, and then there was a whole host of other Jamaican herbs and spices that were in there that we didn't know what they were, but we couldn't even pronounce half their names, but yet we knew they were an intricate part of this creation. And we were just like, great, this now we learned cayenne is, is a vacillator, and it purifies the blood system. Ginger is really good for digestion and supports the body in that way. Cinnamon's great for the heart. And so we would start to really learn about these what we call the key four, right? Cloves is really good for your immune support. You know better than I, all the benefits, these ancient herbs that are so powerful for you, but I didn't know back then. I lived a healthy lifestyle, trained hard. I was a martial artist as well, not as bad as good as Jennifer is, but it was just part of who I was, So in any event, so we just started to just kind of dig into it a little bit more, and almost went into business with them. Well, he about 16 years ago, decides to retire.
Okay.
Close the doors of his plant, and then we're sitting there looking like, well,
please don't. We love this product.
Where do we go now? Forrest Gump is like, now what I do when he stopped running? Where does everybody go? So wait, you can't go, right? Well, My background is, and it kind of lends into this, is I used to own restaurants in Manhattan for many years, in the 80s and 90s. I've got a few years on you both, but and then I got involved with the fitness industry. I sold out of my restaurants and I got involved with another passion of mine, which was fitness and learning how
Very
really
cool.
was it about the body. I was really intrigued. So I got my personal trainer's license and I did all those kinds of things, worked for a big firm in New York and just dug into not only the physical aspect, but the nutrition. The nutritional aspect is 50% of how you're going to develop and grow and sustain whatever you're working on. But there was just a stop along the way. A friend of mine who I'm very close with, I went to college with, he made me an offer. He owns a very successful organic manufacturing plant that does all dressings, marinades, pasta sauces, all organic for Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Costco's, Wegmans. He does all private label work. And he asked me to come on board. He said, listen, I want you to come on board and open up my food service division. I said, great, no problem. I did. And that's where I learned about manufacturing.
Okay.
Is how to commercialize an idea, right? You have an idea about something. How do you have an idea? And then also, how do you commercialize and bring it to market? So going back, I said, let's look at this Wood Root Tonic now. I had this skill set.
Yeah.
Let's start to play around with our own formulation and make it more, his was a little rough, make it more digestible for the US, for everybody in the country, but never to go in any business. So we worked on it. We couldn't source the ingredients that came out of Jamaica, but at that time I had gone through my own challenges and I got introduced to the adaptogens. Adrenal fatigue and cortisol levels and all the things were out of whack. And I started to learn about chaga mushroom and I started to learn about ashwagandha. And I said, you know what? Can we fold this into our formulation?
Yeah.
Right? Keep the core four. And then bring in some apple cider vinegar, some orange peel and lemon peel, like bring in those ingredients in to support gut health. Because we knew gut health was starting to get some traction. We didn't know what it really meant, gut health, but we knew that we had to kind of support our guts. So long story short, we started making it. And a lot of guinea pigs, they all were waiting there for all sitting there. So we had a lot of iterations and ultimately it took me about a year and we nailed it. We nailed what we felt was going to be something special. Now, again, never to go in any business. That was not the goal. We both had full-time gigs. Wow. All we wanted to do was provide product for ourselves and also provide product for our family and friends. But we were told, you got to go into business. You got to go into business. And where am I going to find the time? You know how hard it is.
It's very hard.
Right?
Yeah. And Jeff, you do this with your nephew too, right, Michael? So you guys are both.
Yes, so I have both my nephews involved.
Okay.
My brother's sons, Michael and Dean, and Jen is also involved too. But she works for you're familiar with Chewy?
Yeah.
She just bolted out of here. She was heading up to Boston for the parade up there, but so she's dialed into that executive thing. But anyways, yeah. So we formulated our company, and I'll tell you how that happened. It was about 5 years ago. I exited the relationship with my friend. It was all good. It was time to move on. I did what I needed to do, help him build it. I said, what do I do now? Where do I go? Right? We looked at other things and we always felt there was an opportunity with our families is to do something that could make a difference.
Right.
We have a lot of bright kids in our family. We get together, we're very close. And it's, let's take a good hard look at this Wood Root Tonic thing. And that's when we formulated Morningside Naturals 5 years ago. Was when we formulated our company. We've been in business for 4 years, and it's been an incredible ride so far. So we're constantly evolving as a company. But and Morningside Naturals was, we just came out. I live on Morningside Drive, and I was looking.
That's so funny. Okay, so that's how you came up with the name. That's
we would come up with all different names and just trying to figure out what are we going to call this thing, But we'll get into more in our conversation is like we started, at the 5 year point when we started to really understand what is it?
Yeah.
What is it about this product that makes it work?
Yeah.
We just knew that it sounded good. All the ingredients were great. We didn't have the education as you both have, but we've done a lot of work on our own and evolved as human beings and spiritual beings. And, through hardship and through love and laughter, we've found a lot of good things that support the body.
Yeah. Some of the questions too, or some people may be thinking, because I know
the tonic is Kettle extracted, right? Can you talk a little bit about that too? It's certified organic, Kettle extracted, third party tested. So can you walk us through just how, detailed everything is and the process of that?
Yeah, great question. So we knew the original formulation wasn't organic, but it still was, it came from the old country. So in a way it was, but we knew from our end, we had to be certified. If we wanted to go into business with this product, we had to be 100% certified. And I came from a company that did all organic work. So it was an easy fix for me. I understood what that took.
Because it's hard, right? To
It
get
is hard. It is
certified.
hard.
Very hard.
It is hard, but it's worth it to get all that done up front. So listen, organic is, if you're going to do something that's going to affect the body,
For
you want to
sure.
make sure you have the cleanest, freshest, safest ingredients possible, right?
Yeah.
That's how we view it. This doesn't mean everybody has to go down that path. That's what we chose to do. And the other thing we wanted to make sure was packaged in glass, because glass is king.
Yeah.
It preserves the integrity, the quality, and the life of the product, right? And not only is that, it was put in dark glass, which is an amber brown, which doesn't, the sunlight doesn't affect it. So we checked all the boxes to make sure that anything that went in that bottle is going to be as clean and safe as possible and last a long time from the first day you opened to the first day you closed it. So
Yeah.
that's what we do. Now, the process is when you do an organic product, you can't use preservatives. You have to, there's what they call a kill step involved. And what we did is that all these ingredients, the ginger, the cayenne, the ashwagandha, the chaga, the cloves, the cinnamon, all of that, when you introduce heat to that, it's like you make a tea. It bursts all the energy in those ingredients. All the nutrients just pop.
Yeah.
And that, so kettle extraction is bringing up to a certain temperature to, I wouldn't say cook, but simmer for a certain period of time. And then you let it steep for a little while, remove the herbs, introduce water again, and then bring it to a boil. And that boil is the kill step, right?
Okay.
So not only is the kettle extraction of introducing heat, it's creating a kill step. And then we bottle it hot. When you bottle it hot, like anything, when you hear a little pop when you open the bottle, you're creating that kill step, which pulls out all the moisture out of the top of the bottle and the oxygen, and that creates a safe product. And I found a little incubator here in New Jersey. I live just outside of New York. And there's a small little company that I fell upon and that was able to do our formulation. And there's other parts of this that create this, but that's how we came up with this. And there was a few challenges, right?
Yeah.
Because we also have to lower the pH, and I don't want to introduce anything else. So we add a little lemon juice to it. That brings the pH down. Apple cider vinegar does. I'll probably give you more information than necessary, but at the end of the day, our goal was to make sure that product, when it left that building and it landed in somebody's hands, that they were getting the freshest product possible that was going to deliver on everything that we say it does.
That's so
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
So people are probably going, okay, well, what is this? Because we haven't really gotten fully into the gut. So what is this, and what are the benefits of taking this?
Yeah, so we dug into this. It was like, what is it about this product that is helping people? We knew it was providing gut health. What does that really mean, and how does it do it, right? So when your gut is healthy, it improves digestion, right? It allows you to absorb things more properly. If the nutrients that you're drinking, your gut is not inflamed and everything is in the proper place, and it enhances retention rate, nutrient absorption. It supports weight management. It's all about the gut, all about gut health. So we're trying to understand, well, we looked at all the ingredients and tried to say, what are we going to say about this product that's clean, that's simple, so people can understand and grasp it, right? And we felt let's truly look at gut health and understand what each ingredient does on their own and how together it'll support the body. So as we went through each one, if you look at every ingredient, the ginger, the cinnamon, the cayenne, the ashwagandha, the chaga, the cloves, all of them have an anti-inflammatory property.
Yeah.
Every single one of them has an listen, inflammation is
Everything.
Is everything, right? I mean,
Right.
it's a silent killer, and that's what you have to get under control. So we also knew that each one had its own special attribute, right? And in that, we said we can reduce inflammation in the gut with this product, support a healthy gut. Then the other byproduct or other